y'all, it's Aubrey Elise and welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to be discussing, getting into the nitty gritty of my law school admission cycle recap. So I'm super excited to talk about this. I know when I was applying to law school, I literally would scroll for hours on YouTube to find videos similar to this. So I hope you guys enjoy. In this video, we'll be discussing the schools that I applied to, whether I was accepted, denied, or waitlisted, as well as if I got any scholarship money. So if you want to hear more about that, then stay tuned. To begin, I'm gonna give you guys a little background about myself. So once again, hello, I am Aubrey Sells. I am a recent graduate of the Tennessee State University. I am so proud of my alma mater, my HBCU, all of it. I was a political science major. While at Tennessee State University, I had a double minor in English and history. I started studying for the LSAT in January. Then I wanted to take the June LSAT. It didn't really work out. So I ended up taking the August LSAT. Didn't get the score I wanted. So then I took it again in November. And I used my November score to apply in early December. So I took LSAT twice. And I ended up applying to all these schools with a 3.97 GPA and a 153 LSAT. So those were the numbers going into this cycle that I applied with. Not ideal. I was very proud of my GPA on the application level, which I'll get more into details of my application in other videos. But on an application level, I felt really proud of my GPA. I felt really proud of my letters of recommendation, my personal statement, my diversity statement. And so the only thing that I felt like was going to be a little mark on my application was my LSAT. But once I had to take it again and it was kind of behind on the timeline I wanted to be on, okay, let me just get in the 150s. If I can get in the 150s, I know my GPA and everything else is strong, so we're just going to go with it. Now I'm going to tell you guys the schools that I applied to. I applied to 8 schools. I feel like that's pretty average. If it was in an ideal world, I would love to have applied to more. But once you start this cycle, and if you've been through this cycle, you realize it's a little expensive. Nobody tells you that. Nobody tells you that them little fees, even if you have a fee waiver, it just gets expensive. So 8 schools, that's all I could afford to apply to. It worked out though. So I applied to 8 schools, and I will be discussing, I will say them in the order in which I heard back. So starting off first, the first school I heard back from was the University of Alabama School of Law. This was shocking because one, I did not want to apply to the school. I did not want to be in Alabama. I'm from Alabama, so I just did not want to come back to Alabama. I did not want to be in the South, quite frankly. But I just applied because everyone kept saying how well of a program it was. It was ranked fairly high. It was top 25, and so and it was affordable, so I'm like, okay, whatever, I'll just apply. And to my surprise, this was the last school I applied to because it was somewhere I just applied to. So I applied December 30th, and I heard back either January 4th or 5th. That's because I first got a phone call from the dean, and she called me and she was saying I was accepted and I got a scholarship. And honestly, I was surprised, guys. It was kind of crazy because that was the first day I was starting off my fast, and I was really fasting just to figure out where God wanted me to go. And then Alabama called me and told me that I was accepted. And I was like, whoa. So it was just kind of crazy because it was the last school I applied to, the first one I heard back. I did receive a scholarship. The scholarship was about $18,500 with a $1,500 stipend and a laptop, which was about 80% tuition. Their tuition is very, very, very cheap, considering that I would be in state. So that was the first school I heard back from, and it was an acceptance. So the second school I heard back from was Ohio State University. I was so excited when I got this acceptance, y'all. Starting off this whole cycle, I really knew that I wanted to be in Chicago, DC. And if I wasn't in Chicago or DC, I really wanted to go to Ohio State. My mom's from Ohio, she's from Cleveland, and so I just kind of wanted to live her dreams to go to Ohio State. And so I was so excited when I got this acceptance. I had applied December 30th, and I had heard back January 10th. So it was right after the Alabama acceptance. And I received their diversity enrichment scholarship, and I received about $24,290. So it was roughly about 50% tuition. After that, my third acceptance came through, and at this point, I'm very shocked. It was Loyola University Chicago School of Law. Now, this was the second school I applied to. I was very kind of gung-ho on going to this school because I wanted to be in Chicago. I applied December 3rd. I heard back January 27th. That was weird because I was actually at another school's admitted students weekend when I heard back. So it's kind of like I wasn't trying to be too excited because they also offered me a scholarship. They offered me $33,000 a year. And I feel like that was roughly about 50 to 60% scholarship. I heard back from the University of Colorado Law School. This one I'm really excited. It was a far stretch. I didn't really think I wanted to go to Colorado, but if you know me, you just know I'm like somebody who's down to just try something new, and I hate being complacent. Like I always just want to up and move and go somewhere else. So University of Colorado Law School accepted me. Super excited about that. I applied to them early on December 6th, and I had heard back from them by February 11th. And so when I first heard back from them, it was just an acceptance. It wasn't a scholarship offer. But then on February 14th, the day of love, I heard back from them with scholarships. So I was offered $30,900 for my first year, and then $10,300 for my second and third year. So at this point, I'm feeling very blessed. There's a lot of offers on the table already, and honestly, like at this point I'm like, whoa. I'm very blessed. Like all my scores were below their medians, LSAT wise, and I think I was above their 75 percentile GPA wise. So it was just really showing me that like my application as a whole was very competitive and obviously compelling, and so I just felt like very blessed to have this many offers. But with scholarship money starting to come in, I'm now starting to look at the cost analysis of everything. I was a little worried about University of Colorado with their scholarship dropping, but I ended up reaching out to them to negotiating, and they did up the scholarship amount. So that was super exciting. Moving forward, the next school I heard back from was Northwestern University School of Law. And I was accepted, y'all. When I tell y'all I was shook, this was the Harvard on my list. I applied just to apply. Also, I had a few waivers, so I was like, I'm gonna use that. But y'all, I applied December 13th. I had not heard anything from them. At this point, it's like end of February. A lot of places their deposits were due like April 1st, so I was getting a little worried. February 25th roll around, and it says I was accepted. Y'all, I'm so like, I literally started crying. I shouted, like, I just got into Northwestern. Like, it was really that for me, and I just honestly feel like so blessed, like that even happened to me, like that I was accepted to Northwestern. Like my dreams were made that day. I was on cloud 9. Like I was just so happy. Like I was gonna be in Chicago. I'm gonna go to Northwestern, like a top. This is a T14 school, y'all. I had a 153. There were so many things against me. Like their median age is like 29. Like they do prefer people that have work experience that have been out of college. I was a K through JD, which means I'm going straight from kindergarten, middle school, high school, college, straight to law school. I was underneath their LSAT. I don't know, y'all. Like I was, anyways. Later on, they sent me their scholarship info. I was offered $120,000 total scholarship, which ended up being about $40,000 a year at Northwestern, which is actually very good. I was looking at their ABA 509. This is a little plug. If y'all want to see like where you compare GPA wise, LSAT wise, how many diverse students they admit, how much scholarship do they typically give out, you can look at ABA 509, and they'll have all that information for whatever school you want to input. But when I was looking at that, it said like the 40,000 was about like 75%. So like on the 75 percentile range. So not many people were receiving that amount. And so I just felt incredibly blessed. I still feel incredibly blessed, like literally an opportunity of a lifetime. The next school I heard back from was Howard University. Now, I had a bone to pick with Howard because they literally let me know I was accepted. I applied December 3rd. Like I said, them and Loyola was the first two schools I applied to, because if I had got into either one of those schools, I was going at the time, but then other schools started coming up. So I really wanted to go to Howard. Like, I came from an HBCU, Tennessee State University, and I was like, what a flex to have my, bachelor's degree as well as my law degree from an HBCU, and it's Howard. Like, I feel like very comfortable to say that anybody that wants to go to HBCU, I'm pretty sure Howard has always been a dream of theirs. Like, it's Howard, you know what I mean? But I also knew that they had really great programs. They had really good output. Like, their graduates were working at the same places, the same top firms as the graduates that were going to Harvard, Yale, Stanford, whatever, the T14 kids. So Howard did accept me late, though. I applied December 3rd, and I heard back from them March 15th. And they also offered me a scholarship amount. So granted, though it was late in the game and I was about to have to literally deposit to a school in less than a month, I was still going to give Howard a chance until they gave me their scholarship offer, which was $9,000. Granted, this is not a crap on an HBCU. Y'all will hear it. Like, I'm a proud HBCU graduate. I advocate for HBCUs. I understand sometimes the resources, the funding is not there. But on a personal level, I started realizing that finances and how much money I was getting for schools was very, very, very important to me. So when they only offered me $9,000 a year, I knew that that was going to be an automatic cross off my list. I just literally financially cannot afford that. And the last school I heard back from was Georgetown. So I applied to Georgetown January 26th. Very late. It was kind of like a panic moment. I'm like, if I never apply, I'll never know. I just need to apply to Georgetown just to see, right? And I had received an interview invite March 17th from them. At that point, March 17th, I had already been accepted to Northwestern, and I just knew I was going to go to Northwestern. Like, I was like, so it doesn't make sense for me to go to Georgetown or do their interview invite if I know I don't want to go there. So I ended up reaching out to them and canceling the interview invite. I'm pretty sure that's why I ended up getting rejected, because I don't think anybody cancels an interview invite from Georgetown, but I just knew that I was going to go to Northwestern, so it didn't make sense to me to still do the interview. And so April 8th, I was notified that I was rejected. It's okay. So that is all the schools that I had been accepted to. All in all, I had been accepted to 6 schools. I had gotten 1 wait list and 1 rejection. I don't think I went over the wait list. University of Illinois. Sorry, guys. University of Illinois was the school that I was waitlisted at. At that point, I had already been accepted to amazing schools, and the wait list was just like, okay, I didn't want to go to Illinois anyways. So now, moving forward, I have deposited somewhere, and I have gotten my apartment, my first apartment by myself. So I'm super excited about this next chapter. I want you guys to comment below where you think I'm going. I would really love to know what you're thinking. In the next video, I will be revealing my law school decision. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you know anybody that's interested in law school, about to start this whole cycle, make sure you send them this video, like, comment, subscribe, and there will be more to come. So I'll see you guys next time. Bye.